What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Talkin Sports with Jake. Hope you're all doing well. Let's talk about March Madness. We are a couple of rounds in. Round of 32. Finished up last night. Sweet 16 starts this weekend. So let's start from the top. In the round of 64, kickoff game, number 9 TCU beats number 8 Ohio State, 66-64. They sneak past Ohio State. You had number 4 Nebraska beat number 13 Troy, 76-47 in a blowout. Number 6 Louisville beats number 11 USF. South Florida, 83-79. A lot of people were thinking South Florida was going to pull that one off. They did have a very good season. Louisville was down their best player because he was hurt. But Louisville does pull it out. Number 12, High Point, a shocking upset for number 5, Wisconsin, 83-82. That was definitely a shock when we had that one kid. He made a layup in the last 10 seconds to win. That was his first two-pointer all season. It's the most white basketball player thing I've ever heard. By the way, Wisconsin has not been out of the round of 32 in years. Maybe it's time to look at Greg Gard and be like, be time for a change. Number 1, Duke escapes number 16, Siena. 71-65. They're down by 11 at the half. Turned it on in the second half. Siena made one sub the whole game. You would think Tom Thibodeau was coaching Siena. But speaking of Siena, Jerry McNamara has taken the Syracuse head coach job. We kind of figured he played for Syracuse, was a great player at Syracuse. Obviously, he's coaching at Siena, took him to the tournament. Almost beat Duke in the first round. Would have been the greatest upset ever. But Duke escapes. Siena's coach, now the Syracuse coach. Number 5, Vanderbilt beat number 12, McNeese, 78-68. McNeese did it last year, beating Clemson. Does not do it this year. Vanderbilt beats them. Number 3, Michigan State beats number 14, North Dakota State, 92-67. Number 4, Arkansas beats number 13, Hawaii, 97-78. Number 11, VCU beats number 6, North Carolina in overtime, 82-78. They come all the way back from 19 points down to tie it. They in the final 10 seconds, they force a turnover with about 2 seconds left. UNC then is able to get a steal off the inbound, but misses a 3 as regulation expired. And then VCU for late 3 in overtime. UNC misses 2 free throws, and VCU seals it. They move on. Number 1, Michigan beats number 16, Howard, 101-80. Howard hung in there in that first half. We're down by 7 at the half, but Michigan pulls away. Number 10, Texas A&M beats number 7, St. Mary's, 63-50. St. Mary's, they are weird. They are literally built to beat Gonzaga and only Gonzaga. Every year we think, oh, they're a good team. They're really good defensively. They could be a tough out. And every year they lose in the first round. Maybe they get to the second round. Every year. A&M beats them. Number 11, Texas upsets number 6, BYU, 79-71, despite Adrian DeBansa, who is, if you ask me, should be the number 1 overall pick in this coming draft. He had 35 in the game, and he still lost. That's tough. I'm assuming he's going to declare for the draft, be number 1 overall pick. Number 3, Illinois beats number 14, Penn, 105-70. Very easy work there. Number 9, St. Louis beats number 8, Georgia, 102-77. St. Louis puts the thumper on Georgia, killed them down low in the paint. Number 2, Houston beats number 15, Idaho, 78-47. And number 3, Gonzaga beats number 14, Kansas State, 73-64. Kansas State came back late in the game, almost pulled it off. Gonzaga hangs on. Second round 64 day. Number 7, Kentucky beats number 10, Santa Clara, 89-84 in overtime. The kid Olaf from Kentucky, if a deep 3 as time expired in regulation, they pull it out in overtime. Number 5, Texas Tech beats number 12, Akron, 91-71. Number 1, Arizona beats number 16, LIU, 92-58. People obviously fell in love with LIU because of their cheerleaders, but Arizona easily beats them. Number 3, Virginia beats number 14, Wright State, 82-73. Wright State made it close late. I was thinking to myself, if they lose to Wright State, I'm never picking Virginia to win a tournament game ever again. Number 2, Iowa State beats number 15, Tennessee State, 108-74. That's some big numbers in this tournament in terms of points scored. Number 4, Alabama beats number 13, Hofstra, 90-70. Number 9, Utah State beats number 8, Villanova, 86-76. The Big Least, there you go. Number 6, Tennessee beats number 11, Miami, Ohio, 78-56. Great story, Miami, Ohio. Was 31-0 at one point in the MAC, but they lose in the first round by 22. Number 9, Iowa beats number 8, Clemson, 67-61. Number 5, St. John's beats number 12, Northern Iowa, 73-59. Number 7, UCLA beats number 10, UCF rather, 75-71 in a close game. Number 2, Purdue beats number 15, Queens College in North Carolina. I thought they were in New York, but those Queens, New York. It was North Carolina. 104-71. Number 1, Florida beats number 16, Prairie View A&M, 114-55 by 59. That is the second largest margin of victory in the tournament history by any team. Number 4, Kansas beats number 13, Cal Baptist, 68-60. A very close game. Kansas was up big at one point. Cal Baptist comes all the way back and almost pulls it off. Kansas hangs on. Number 7, Missouri. Miami beats number 10, Missouri, 80-66. And number 2, UConn beats number 15, Furman, 82-71. So UConn, that was a tough one. They almost lost. They were down, only up by 4 at the half. That one kid, Willis, had 31-27. Crazy game for him. Then we had the round of Derby 2. Number 1, Michigan beats number 9, St. Louis, 95-72. St. Louis was hanging there in the first half. Michigan pulls away in the second half. Number 3, Michigan State beats number 6, Louisville, 77-69. Number 1, Duke easily handles number 9, TCU, 81-58. I guess they got their bag out of the way against Siena. Number 2, Houston beats number 10, Texas A&M, 88-57. Houston looks really good so far. Number 11, Texas is another big upset. They beat number 3, Gonzaga, 74-68. Gonzaga every year does this. They beat up on a bunch of random-ass teams in the regular season, and they lose early on in March. They do this every year. Texas beats them. Number 3, Illinois beats number 11, VCU, 76-55. Never really doubting that one. Number 4, Nebraska beats number 5, Vanderbilt with a thriller, 72-74. Back and forth late in that game. Nebraska had a layup in the last 5 seconds. Vanderbilt had a half-court shot go in and out of the basket as time expired. Crazy ending. And number 4, Arkansas beats number 12, High Point, 94-88. High Point was right there, almost put off another crazy upset, but John Calipari and the Razorbacks move on. Second round of 64, we had number 2, Purdue beats number 7, Miami, 79-69. Number 2, Iowa State beats number 7, Kentucky, 82-63, with even without their best player. Kentucky, $22 million roster, most expensive ever in college basketball history, lost in the round of 32. Just what a waste. Number 5, St. John's beats number 4, Kansas, 67-65 on a game-winning layup as time expired. Great ending. St. John's moves on to the Sweet 16. Kudos to Rick Pitino and those guys. Number 6, Tennessee, for a small upset over number 3, Virginia, 79-72. Def, Tackers, and Virginia being upset early on in March Madness every year. Number 9, Iowa shocks the world and beats number 1, Florida, defending champs, 73-72. Iowa scores late to win that one. I don't know what Florida, honestly, I don't know why they ran a full court press up by 2 in the last 15 seconds and gives up a 3 very late in that game. And then, unlike the play they ran, Iowa did a good job defensively, forcing Florida, to dribble it all the way out. But you didn't have enough time to kick it out. You got to go up with a shot. At least try and draw a foul, especially only down by a point. That was terrible. So UConn is actually in 2024 is the only defending national champion in the last 9 tournaments to make it to the Sweet 16, which is kind of crazy. Number 1, Arizona beats number 9, Utah State, 78-66. Utah State was down big at one point, came all the way back late in the game, made it a close game. Arizona hangs on. Number 2, UConn beats number 7, UCLA, 73-57. Close game for most of this one. UCLA second up went really cold. Mick Crimlin's group just couldn't make a basket. UConn pulls away. Almost Sanago began to get 27 on that one. And number 4, Alabama beats number 5, Texas Tech, 90-65. And just an absolute drubbing in that one. And Sweet 16 starts this Friday. We have, these are the games in Sweet 16 on Friday at 7:10. It's Duke. Number 1, Duke against number 5, St. John's. At 7:35, number 1, Michigan against number 4, Alabama. At 9:45, number 2, UConn against number 3, Michigan State. And at 10:10 is number 2, Iowa State against number 6, Tennessee. And Saturday, that's the second day of the Sweet 16. The first day of the Sweet 16, same times pretty much, is this Thursday. Number 2, Purdue against number 11, Texas. At 7:30, number 4, Nebraska against number 9, Iowa. At 9:45, number 1, Arizona against number 4, Arkansas. And 10:05, number 2, Houston against number 3, Illinois. Let's talk a little bit of baseball. First off, I want to say congratulations to Christopher Sanchez, Philadelphia Phillies ace. Gets a 6-year extension with $107 million. I know this seems like, maybe he could have gotten a little bit more money when he hit the open market, but keep in mind, he's already 29 years old, and he's played technically 5 seasons. I think he was considered a rookie in 22. 107 million is a lot for a guy who's only played a few years in the league. Uh, Last year, he was absolutely incredible. He was the runner-up in the National League Cy Young voting. Went 13-5, a 2.5 ERA in 32 starts, 202 innings, 171 strikeouts against 44 walks. Year before that was also really good in 2024. Was an all-star. 31 starts, 3.32 ERA, 11-9, 181 and two-thirds, 182 strikeouts against only 44 walks. Sanchez is one of the best pitchers in all of baseball, arguably top 5 pitcher in the game. He gets a long extension. He also gave Jesus Luzardo a long-term extension a few weeks ago. So 2 really good starting pitchers in Philadelphia get an extension. Then I'm going to give you right now my 5 bold predictions for the Major League Baseball season. Here they are. Number 5, the Kansas City Royals will win a playoff series. So I put this at 5 just because I feel like it's not the most far-fetched thing in the world. If someone said this to you, like I am now, I don't think someone's head would explode, but you wouldn't bet on it. It happened 2 years ago for what it's worth. But you just look at the American League, this is not the first thing you would pick to win a playoff series. I think it's very possible. They're going to have some really good pitching. A healthy Cole Reagans with Seth Lugo, Chris Bubick and company in Kansas City. Got some kids in the minors I think are going to come up too. Really strong bullpen with Lucas Craig and Carlos Estevez. And I forget if Estevez is still there, but Lucas Craig is still there. You got, you've brought in Angel Zerba. You trade away Angel Zerba, but you bring in Matt Strom from Philadelphia. It's going to be a strong bullpen again, I would think. Offensively, Bobby Witt is incredible. One of the best players in all of baseball. Probably the shortstop in all of baseball. And they could be sneaky good. Jack Caglione could be a guy who I think could take a step forward finally from a very high draft pick. So La Perez is still very steady. Vinny Pescatino, I think, is going to be really good. He had a good year last year. A lot of power at the first base position. Kansas City is slowly building something really solid. He brought in Isaac Collins in the offseason. He's a solid hitter. He's a good outfielder. So Kansas City is slowly but surely putting together a legit lineup. Jonathan India's not bad. He's over there. I think Kansas City could do some real damage. That division isn't all that great. I think Detroit will be a very good team this year. If they added a lot of good starting pitching in the offseason, I think their lineup will be good. But the rest of that division, I mean, Cleveland every year with devil magic end up in the playoffs. But this, on paper, they're not a great roster. Obviously, the White Sox aren't going to be any good. They'll be a little bit better than were last year, but they aren't going to make the playoffs, and the Twins are probably going to be really bad. So there's a chance that they even challenge the Tigers in that division. I think they can win a playoff series. Number 4, Roman Anthony will win American League MVP. Roman Anthony, I think, is the ceiling is the roof for this kid. Still, 22 years old in Boston. If he was healthy in the playoffs, I think they might have beaten the Yankees in that first round playoff series. The guy's a beast. Just the raw power like we've almost never seen before with this kid. And again, Roman Anthony's going to be a superstar. They gave him that 7-year extension last year, 8-year extension, whatever it was, that long-term deal last year. The kid's going to be a superstar for the next couple of years. But, so saying he's going to have a great year may make an all-star team is not far-fetched at all, I don't think. But because, of how good Aaron Judge is in the regular season at least, to say anyone else is going to win MVP, you have to have a really strong argument. I think Roman Anthony has a chance to win MVP this year, and he's going to be my pick in this scenario. Number 3, the Baltimore Orioles will lead the league in home runs. I think this is very possible. You add Pete Alonso, who had 37 home runs last year, is obviously a 40-homer threat. Now he's playing his home games at Camden Yards, where the ball flies out of the ballpark. Plays even more games at Yankee Stadium. where he historically has matched. You bring in Taylor Ward with 36 pops last year with the Angels. A healthy Gunnar Henderson, a healthy Adley Rushman, a full-year Samuel Basalo. Ryan Mountcastle's a 30-homer guy. Drew Westbrook will sure be healthy by at least May, if not sometime in April. They have so many bats over there. Not sure how good their pitching will be. Not sure how good the team will be. They're in a tough division in the American League East, but they are going to hit the ball out of the ballpark a lot. I think they will lead the league in home runs this year. Number two, the Chicago Cubs will win the National League. Now, I think the Cubs are really good. If someone said to you the Cubs are going to make the playoffs, I don't think anyone would really bat an eye to that. They made it last year, and they're even better than they were last year this year. If someone said they're going to win the National League Central, that's very reasonable. I think they're considered the favorite going into this year. Saying they're going to win the National League over the Dodgers, that's where we get a little feisty. I think they could do it. I think it's possible. That lineup, I think it's going to be really strong. You add Alex Bregman, who's a great third baseman, can still rake at the plate. You have Michael Busch at first base. He's really underrated. He's a 30-homer guy. This team is going to be excellent defensively. Nico Hoerner and Dansby Swanson up the middle. Woo! Horner's back came alive last year. Swanson's a decent hitter. PCA's fully consistent. He's a superstar. This is a really, really good team. And just how many gold gloves all over the diamond. Hoerner at second is basically a platinum glove kind of guy. Swanson's a gold glover at short. Bregman's a gold glover at third. Miguel Amaya is good behind the plate. PCA is a great outfielder. Just all over the diamond. This is real. Team's gonna be really good. You add Edward Cabrera to that rotation with a healthy Kate Horton and Jameson Taillon, a returning Justin Steele. If their bullpen holds up, which I think it should, I like Danny Valencia in the ninth inning, even after losing Brett Keller. The Cubs are in for a really, really good year. I think are being slept on a bit. I think are definitely a dark horse World Series contender. And my bold prediction is they win the National League. And my boldest prediction heading into the 2026 Major League Baseball season is the Pittsburgh Pirates will make the playoffs. Hear me out. That rotation is going to be really, really good. Paul Skeens, I think, is the best pitcher in baseball. He's absolutely incredible. Mitch Keller is a solid pitcher. Bubba Chandler is going to come up and make an impact this year. It's a really good run of starters there. Jared Jones is another good pitcher you have, a young pitcher. You have a solid bullpen as well. And offensively, and they're starting to put it together. Brian Reynolds is a solid player. O'Neal Cruz, if nothing else, has a lot of power. You have Spencer Horwitz, who down the stretch last year after getting healthy was very good. Got him from Toronto last year in that three-team that trade, like with the Hernandez trade, and they ended up flipping Horwitz. Horwitz gets flipped to Pittsburgh. Yes, he's got some really impressive raw power at the first base position. You pick up Brandon Lau, who's a 30-homer guy at second base. All of a sudden, and then Connor Griffin, number one prospect, who did not make the team out of camp, but he will be up sooner rather than later and will play shortstop for them every day. I think he's a National League Rookie of the Year candidate, even though he's starting the league of the year in the minor leagues. I think Pittsburgh is an underrated team. And the AL Central, again, like the AL Central, isn't that great. I think the Cubs are a very good team. Milwaukee should still be solid. Other than that, I think the Reds are just as mediocre as they were last year. Hunter Green's going to miss half the year. And then, so forget who we're missing in that division. St. Louis is going to be bad this year. The path to second or third in the division isn't that hard. So I think the Pirates have a legit chance of being real competitive. And I'll say they make the postseason this season. Let's talk basketball. NBA standings as of today, March 23rd. In the Eastern Conference, Pistons still in first place, 51-19. They've officially clinched a playoff spot. Obviously, losing Cade Cunningham is tough. I hope he handles his health concerns. But they're still in first place. The Boston Celtics are in second place right now at 4-7-24. 4.5 games out of the conference. Next are a half game behind the Celtics at 47-25. Cleveland is at 44-27. They are 2.5 games out of second. Toronto is in fifth at 39-31. They've been very inconsistent as of late. They're hanging on, still the 5 seed. Atlanta has been hot. They just had a crazy win streak. They had won, 9 in a row. They're now a 6 seed in the Eastern Conference, only a half game out of fifth. The first playing team is Philadelphia, playing some decent basketball right now. Should be getting back Paul George very, very shortly. Right now, Joel Embiid is healthy. Right now, they're the first playing team. Second playing team is Orlando, who was hot. Now you've lost four in a row. You have 38 and 32. Right now, you're the second playing team, but you're only a game out of fifth place. Heat right now are a 9 seed. So the Heat, again, they had gotten red hot. They had won like 8 or 9 in a row. Now they've lost four in a row. So they're back into the 9 seed. And the Charlotte Hornets, still playing good basketball. Obviously, you had that crazy stretch a month or two ago. But right now, you're the last team in the play-in, 37 and 34. Though again, you're only 2.5 games out of the 5 seed, despite being the 10 seed right now. And those are definitely going to be the 10 teams. Brooklyn's already eliminated. They've lost 7 in a row. Washington and the Pacers have both lost 16 in a row. That's ridiculous. The NBA has got to put a stop to this tanking BS. That's unbelievable. How do you have two teams in one conference that have both lost 16 games in a row? That's ridiculous. And Milwaukee's hanging by a thread. Obviously, Giannis wants to play. They want him to sit out. So there's a whole mess still going on. And the Bulls are banged up and just not that good. They are not going to make the play-in either. In the Western Conference, Thunder is still the best record in basketball, 56 and 15. They've won 11 games in a row. Problem with the Thunder, they're so good. They could shoot the ball from three as well as anybody. They're way better defensively compared to anybody else. They are super deep. Obviously, you won a championship last year. And they're so tough to play against because of how many fouls they're able to draw with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, how aggressive they are defensively, Lou Dort, anybody. They're just so tough to play against. They've already clinched a playoff spot. The San Antonio Spurs have also clinched a playoff spot. They're 3 and 18, only 3 games out of first place. They've won 5 in a row. They are rolling right now. Second best team in the West. The Lakers have won 9 games in a row. And they're the 3 seed right now in the Western Conference. Luka is playing out of his mind. Austin Reeves has been playing some really good basketball. Even Marcus Smart's been playing well. Look what happens when LeBron James takes a backseat to everything. Good guys can actually relax and play good basketball. 4th in the West is the Houston Rockets, 43 and 27. They've just been kind of playing okay. 5th is Denver, who technically tied with them at 44 and 28. They've got different amount of games. Their win percentage is slightly lower. They're at 44 and 28. Obviously, Jokic has been going crazy this year. As usual, Jamal Murray's had a great year. Minnesota Timberwolves are also at 44 and 28. So technically a three-way tie for the 4, 5, 6 seed in the Western Conference. We have the Suns is the first playing team at 40 and 32, 4 games out of 4th place. 8 seed is the Clippers. Looks like they'll be either 8, 9, or 10. 9 seed is Portland at 35 and 37. And the 10 seed is the Golden State Warriors, who have been struggling for a while. A lot of injuries right now. Haven't had Stephen Curry well. Obviously, Kristaps Porzingis has a bunch of health issues. Ton of injuries right now. But right now are the last playing team in the Western Conference. But they're going to make the play-in. The Pelicans are the first team out. They suck. They're 25 and 47. They are 8.5 games out of the play-in. Memphis, same difference. Dallas is really bad, 23 and 48. And Utah's already been eliminated, as has the Sacramento Kings. So we're going to finish off with some wrestling and recap Friday Night SmackDown from this past week. Pretty chaotic episode. But first off, I got to talk about the man who calls himself Ricochet. What an absolute joke. That guy is the biggest asshole on the planet. So this guy is some stupid, complete mark. This guy leaves WWE because he wanted more opportunities and more shots at championships. He goes to AEW to be stuck in the same mid-card vortex because he's simply not that good, can't talk on the mic, has no charisma whatsoever. He's always crapping on WWE for no reason whatsoever because he's a butthurt bitch. And he's always on Twitter, bashing with fans. It's stupid. And then, some fan, I think, said something on Twitter about him. Nothing harmful at all. And he goes and stalks the guy's X profile, sees the guy has MS, and comments, I'm glad you have MS. Like, what is wrong with you? And then it stays up for a week until Warner Bros., who owns the AEW's television rights, tells him to take it down. So he takes it down finally, and then does some BS PR apology while reposting these stupid and pathetic subhuman AEW fans defending him. So clearly he wasn't sorry. Nothing from Tony Khan, a complete clown. Hoping it's fought over it. He probably won't because AEW is a clown show, but he should be. Just what an absolute just garbage human being. His own wife, Samantha Irvin, of course, former ring announcer with WWE. Uh, she actually got some death threats in her DMs. She had to deactivate her Twitter account. Really sad situation there. But Ricochet, screw you. You are a subhuman piece of garbage. I'm glad you left WWE. You'll never be nothing more than a worthless mid-carder. Still can't cut a promo. Screw you, you worthless piece of trash. But let's move on to WWE SmackDown. We started off with obviously McIntyre still being pissed off. He attacked Chicken Fatu in the parking lot. He was still pissed off. His war of words with Nicholas continued. Then Fatu came out and attacked him and put him through the announce table. Actually, a really good opening segment, but very chaotic. Then we had the WWE Tag Team Championship match. The MFTs, of course, the two that usually fight with the belts. The tag team belts are Tonga Loa and JC Mateo. They fought Damian Priest and R-Truth for tag team championships, and I think as we all expected, the White Six got involved. Priest and R-Truth are your new WWE Tag Team Championship. As the MFTs and White Six consider their 86-year-long feud at this point. That's so just nauseating to watch at this point. But I am happy. I'm happy for Priest and Truth. Not maybe for the rest of the tag division. I don't know what happens to the SmackDown tag division. It used to be so good. But I am happy for Priest and Truth. But that is a very funny gimmick. And R-Truth, it was in my judgment that he wanted to do this with Priest, and he finally got his chance. So good for him. Good for R-Truth. Good for R-Truth. I do wish he did wrap his entrances like he used to. Like he used to. By the way, can they do something with Jason Mateo, please? He's so talented. I don't know why they're making him a background character. We had tag match Fraction against the Motor City Machine Guns. Of course, Alex Shelley's been very concerned with the depressed Johnny Gargano. Of course, in real life, they're close friends. Obviously, when MCMG first came to WWE in kayfabe, they were friends. Then Gargano and his since departed to AEW partner Tommaso Ciampa turned on them. His Alex Shelley's partner obviously has been questioning his commitment to Motor City Machine Guns. Obviously, Candice LeRae's been concerned with depression, Johnny Gargano, his wife. And Candice LeRae helps the Motor City Machine Guns defeat Fraxium. As Chris Sabin, I think, was definitely behind that one. I hope they don't break up Motor City Machine Guns. Honestly, I wouldn't hate if they turned heel. I wouldn't hate that, honestly. They need to do something different. They've gotten stale because they're really good. They're really good. And also, Fraction needs some more screen time. That was a great tag team match, and they are so good. So good. Then we had Randy Orton cutting a promo, about his attack on Cody Rhodes. He had a run-in with Matt Cardona, who pressed him, and then Orton just lost his mind. He called Cardona a mark-ass student and indie nerd, and then punched him in the face. Then he saw Jelly Roll. He apologized for shoving him last week. He's like, you got to go apologize to Cardona. More on that in a minute here. We had Aleister Black against Sami Zayn with Trick Williams at ringside. He was once again hilarious. Once again, got a huge pop. Obviously, he distracted Sami Zayn by throwing a water bottle at him. And then Aleister Black have an incredible black mass on Sami Zayn. I'm happy he's getting a push. He's so good, Aleister Black. He needs to get a legit push. But that was a solid match for sure. And then Jay and Rhea had another horrendous segment after Jay defeated Kiana James in a short match that no one ever asked for. And then all of a sudden, Michin and Beefhead came out, and all of a sudden they're now teaming with Jade Cargill. What are we doing? Like, really? What are we doing here? They know that this build is so atrocious that they're just trying anything at this point. They're getting desperate. Jade Cargill is so utterly horrendous. Just honestly cut her after she loses the title to Rhea at WrestleMania. For love of God. And she barely lose to Rhea Ripley. I get Rhea Ripley is, a bit overpushed, but first of all, she is a megastar, like her or not. And second of all, we can't keep doing with Jade Cargill. By the way, obviously, Danhausen cursed The Miz last week, and then he had a ladder almost fell on him backstage, so the curse is definitely real. Now, Carmelo Hayes and Ilya Dragunov had another United States title championship match. Carmelo Hayes picks up the win in an amazing match, a match of the year candidate. Absolutely incredible. These two have absolutely incredible chemistry. Just beautiful storytelling, incredible in-ring technicians. Two of them just going at it. They both got to be on the Mania card. Just two amazing wrestlers. Another fantastic match between those two. Of course, Fatu and Drew continue to fight backstage. But by the way, Carmelo Hayes, we need to put that bump he took on the announce table looked painful. I'm not gonna lie. And then he did some crazy spot too, which is just insane. Then we had a little poetry battle between Kit Wilson and Jelly Roll, which is actually pretty funny. And then Kit Wilson attacked Jelly Roll. That might be a match WrestleMania, which is kind of a joke considering guys like Gunther and LA Knight and on the women's side, Io Sky won't be on the WrestleMania card, but Jelly Roll is. But that was funny. I will say that was a pretty funny rap battle, if you want to call it. And the Irresistible Forces, Nia and Lash Legend, defended the women's tag team championships against the Bella Twins. Cannot believe that sentence came out of my mouth. I feel like it's 2011 or something. Ends in disqualification with Charlexa getting involved, like we all thought. Then we had the last segment. Started out, Randy Orton called out McIntyre to the ring, originally to apologize. Then he brutally attacked him. He stumped on his arm that was wedged between a chair. And then all of a sudden, when Nick Aldis is dealing with that, he all of a sudden sees Fatu and McIntyre on some rooftop, and when they both jumped off of it, it's a crazy ending to SmackDown. Actually, a pretty good SmackDown. Not gonna lie, he had some pretty bad segments, but also some really good segments on Friday Night SmackDown. That's all I got for you guys today. Until next time, so long, and have a great day.